epicseven recently released a brand new limited time game mode called Emergency Dispatch Mission Rune Reclamation. This event is a similar-ish feeling play on the Goblomu Armory activity and offers rewards that are somewhat different from your typical hunts, adventure stages, or labyrinths. Because of this, today we're going to break down everything you need to know about said activity, whether or not it's actually worth your time to farm, and if it is, which team composition will help you maximize your rewards efficiently. As always though, if you found today's video to be helpful or learned something new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. Look, we've all been there, dropping money on epicseven banners without blinking, and sometimes it does feel bad. But what if you could actually get a little something back every time that you do? That's exactly what AppGallery, the sponsor of today's video, is offering. Right now, if you install epicseven through their platform, you get a $2 welcome coupon just for starting, plus 20% cashback on every PayPal purchase you make in-game. There's no catch here, and it works on any Android device or emulator, and not just on Huawei phones. First, click on my link in the description or pinned comment, then download AppGallery and install HMS Core. After this, you'll create a Huawei ID and set the region to Brazil, which is really important, otherwise you won't get the benefits. And finally, install epicseven directly from AppGallery and log into your usual account. To claim your $2 welcome coupon though, go back to the same link, hit get it now, and you'll be able to then select it as a payment option when you're buying anything. For the 20% cashback, you'll have to choose PayPal as your method when making a purchase in epicseven, and then the cashback will be sent to your AppGallery account, which you can then use for future purchases, whether it's ML Arya or any future character. So with this, if you've already been spending on the game, you might as well get paid back as well. Use the link that I've included in the description, follow the steps as I've described, and start enjoying the savings using AppGallery today. Thanks again for AppGallery for sponsoring today's video, and enjoy. To keep things simple, Emergency Dispatch is a limited time game mode in epicseven that rewards players with gear and enhancement charms. The gear available is pretty solid, especially for DPS, and it's notably free of wasteful stats like effectiveness or effect resistance on a DPS set, making it highly desirable. However, the catch here is that getting said rewards requires you to interact with the reward system, and this is where the activity differs from Goblomu Armory, as this is more like a banner. Players farm currency by completing event stages and then use said currency to pull from an exchange that contains the gear and charm rewards. Now, to be clear, this has a fixed pool with limited specific items, so while the rules may be RNG, completing the event in its entirety will grant you all the rewards that are listed. Moving to the gameplay itself, surprise, happy birthday, or congratulations. This is extremely straightforward. You clear stages to earn currency, but you're limited to a set number of entries per day. Once those attempts are used up, you'll need to spend skystones to continue farming, and to be clear, if you only use your free-to-play attempts, you will not guarantee completing and getting all rewards from this activity. Now, second surprise, the content in this emergency dispatch isn't difficult, which makes team building very accessible regardless of where you are in your epicseven journey. Whether you're a brand new player still building your first few teams, or a day one veteran with a full roster of maxed out units, you'll find that the mode is forgiving and flexible when it comes to team compositions. To this end, I'm personally almost confused by the difficulty they've chosen for this activity, since most stages can be cleared with minimal effort and the gear requirements are pretty low. In truth, this feels more like a Molagora free win stage more than an actual activity that you need to build a team for, and as a result, you can get through the majority of these encounters using a very basic structure of 1 DPS, a tank that has Aureus, a secondary tank/mitigation unit to prevent your team from dying, and finally either a second DPS or someone to allow your DPS to deal even more damage. This formula is more than enough to handle the damage checks and the damage that the boss deals, if you can even call them that. For more experienced players, there's even more flexibility. If you've got characters like Afternoon Soak Flan or even Janua, they can serve as strong carries thanks to their frequent dual attacks, high damage, and built-in evasion or survivability. For Flan specifically, her ability to shred through the boss with minimal setup means that you can pair her with virtually any support unit that you want, be it budget options, synergy characters like ML Poly, or just really whoever you have available. The mode really doesn't punish experimentation, so this is a great opportunity to try out units that you don't often use, or of course you could use this as a friendship farming type fight. Now, ultimately though, at the end of the day, the actual most important question here is whether or not you should even be doing this event, and the answer honestly depends on what kind of player you are, especially in terms of how you manage your skystones. In my opinion though, it really all comes down to whether or not you spend money on the game. If you're a free-to-play player or someone who's very strict with your premium currency, you can definitely just stick to the free daily entries that the event gives you. I know it might be tempting to spend skystones for extra runs, but with the summer season just around the corner, where we almost always get limited time banners and exclusive exclusive units, missing out on a powerful limited unit just to gamble on event gear is never worth it. And truthfully, just with a little bit of luck, your free entries should still allow you to pull a few solid pieces of gear, or at the very least allow you to pick up a few charms, which of course are always in high demand. On that note, however, if you were curious about how much it costs to receive all rewards, this can cost up to 1300 gems depending on when and how you refresh for your extra clears. From what I understand, you will need 40 or 41 extra clears if your goal is to get everything from the shop, but of course you could just get really lucky and pull all the gear without it even being an issue. Now, if you happen to be a whale or a spender, this event is much less of a concern to you, and realistically, spending Skystones for extra dispatch tickets can always be worthwhile if you can afford it, since this translates directly into a higher chance of obtaining all the limited gear and a massive stockpile of gear upgrade materials. So whether you're looking to boost your gear quality, prep for future content, or just squeeze out more value out of your resources, this event really can pay out, so long as of course you're able to afford going all in. That's going to be it for today's video though, guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope this video helped, and just to demonstrate just how fast and easy this activity is, here are two completely RNG-less clears for what to expect.